Now, institutions, banks, the elites are involved in XRP. XRP is gaining major traction in the financial world right now. Has partnerships with big banks like SBI Holdings. They're working with BlackRock. So let's break that down. I also want to touch on why XRP might be cooling off today and bring up some news that's been swept under the rug, stuff no one's talking about, but I know you'll want to hear. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink says that there is a high possibility that we will see a 600% surge in crypto soon, which makes all this talk of a BlackRock ETF and XRP even more exciting. BlackRock just had a closed-door meeting with the SEC's crypto task force, and let's just say it's got a lot of people excited. They discussed key topics like adding staking to crypto ETFs and tokenizing traditional securities, which shows regulators and institutions might finally be getting on the same page. A leaked memo revealed that BlackRock gave updates on their digital asset products like the iShares Bitcoin and Ethereum trusts, plus their institutional digital liquidity fund. They also talked about regulatory treatment for staking in ETFs and how tokenized assets might fit under existing laws. Now, the big question is XRP. While BlackRock hasn't filed anything yet, insiders believe it's only a matter of time, especially if Ripple's legal issues are fully resolved. Franklin Templeton's XRP ETF proposal is still pending, but Polymarket shows a 78% chance a spot XRP ETF gets approved by year's end. If that happens, this market won't stay quiet for long. A lot of corporations are buying XRP. They don't have ETF, but they're buying it. So we're talking a little bit about XRP. XRP has made huge moves recently from a technical standpoint. XRP made a move to right above $2.60 before pulling back. But it is more than likely a bullish retest, retesting that previous resistance, more than likely, eventually flipping it into support. Same exact setup we've seen before, and we know how that played out, so no panic here. This could actually be a solid entry point if you feel like you missed the last moves. I'm not telling you what to do, these are my strategies. It's up to you to use your strategy. But if you like buying dips that bounce off support levels, this could be one to watch. They have a lot of partnerships right now because our good friend Brad Garlinghouse has been working behind the scenes all this time. He didn't give up. Right now, Ethereum name service is up 59% in the last month. Now, one of the biggest things about Ripple is Ripple has what's called on-demand liquidity service. And they're processing right now billions of dollars in cross-border payments. This is increasing XRP's real-world utility. Central banks like European Central Bank, a lot of the banks, Japan's banks, are working with Ripple on real-time payment systems right now. These are strong backings for XRP and Ripple's technologies. Now, once this legal clarity arrives, it's going to open doors to the broader retail and institutional investment in XRP. On my live the other day, I mentioned this. WisdomTree, a $100 billion asset manager, publicly stated that XRP is the only altcoin worthy of complementing Bitcoin. That's the kind of institutional support I like to see. Now, I'm still a big believer in Bitcoin. In fact, it's my #1 holding. So when major players like this see XRP in the same league, I pay attention. WisdomTree even categorized both XRP and Bitcoin under the same Layer 1 payments umbrella, which puts XRP in that unique spot, just like how Solana sits across from Ethereum in smart contracts. No other crypto on the planet has been mentioned like this. Now, here's the real clue that people are missing. Ripple met with UAE officials to talk about digital payment infrastructure and financial innovation. XRP also became the first regulated crypto in the UAE. Meanwhile, the US is making trillion-dollar moves in the same region, and Ripple's out here quietly, closing more deals. Could all of this be leading up to a major announcement? Something game-changing from the banks? Big money transfers? Or is it all just a coincidence? Let me know in the comments. Altcoin season could likely be getting started right now. I've been bullish since everyone else was calling the market dead. Altcoin season is a period in the crypto market when alternative cryptocurrencies, everything other than Bitcoin, start outperforming Bitcoin in terms of percentage gains. This usually happens when Bitcoin dominance drops, meaning Bitcoin's share of the total crypto market cap is decreasing. Bitcoin dominance is a metric that shows how much of the overall crypto market value is held in Bitcoin versus altcoins. So when that percentage falls, it often signals that traders and investors are rotating into altcoins, sparking what's known as altcoin season. I've been here during the bear runs for Bitcoin and XRP since 2011. I expect volatility on the way up. A lot of people are long right now, and that makes the market ripe for a shakeout. If there's manipulation, and I believe there is, there's a lot of money to be made by driving the market down. Bitcoin is hovering near its all-time high, but retail interest still close to bear market lows. Search XRP on Google Trends over the last 5 years. You'll see what I mean. The people in right now are the ones who already believe. This is not new retail money yet. The same goes for Bitcoin. In fact, retail investors, probably still burned from the last cycle, aren't even in the game right now, let alone paying attention to XRP. And that right there is a massive signal that we're still early. Why is that bullish? Because true blow-off tops come when the new money arrives. That's when smart money exits. That's when profits get locked in. Now, a lot of you guys will say, Armando, why is XRP not moving like Bitcoin? And it is moving like Bitcoin. It's just that the dollar amount of XRP is a lot less. If Bitcoin moves up 3,000, that's 3%. If XRP moves up 3%, it's only 6 cents. It's a big difference. You have to understand it. I know it seems like an elementary concept, but a lot of people fail to miss it. They don't see the price movement in XRP, so they assume it's not moving like Bitcoin because they're expecting to see XRP $10,000 overnight. That's not going to happen. I know I talk about it a lot, but that's mostly for a thought exercise. But I don't believe XRP is going to 10,000 anytime soon. It's not going to happen. It may happen sometime in your lifetime, but it may take 20 years, maybe even longer. Prices don't move like that. I mean, even Bitcoin, to get to $10,000, it took what? Almost 10 years. And it didn't have the supply that XRP has. XRP has a lot bit higher supply. So it's going to take a lot longer. And remember, now Bitcoin got to 0 to 10,000 in about 10 years with no derivatives, no shorting, and no institutions involved. Now, institutions, banks, the elite, shorting, derivatives are involved in XRP, which tends to slow down volatility. So you can't expect it to get to 10,000. It's not going to happen. 100 may be in the next 5 years. $10 to $20 may be in a year. But it's not going to $10,000. We ain't gonna wake up and say 10,000. That's not. I'm telling you, that's a 99.99999% chance it's not going to happen. And I know that people talk about it, but it's mostly for thought exercise. It will happen eventually, but it may not be until I'm an old man, or maybe even longer. But that doesn't mean you can't make a ridiculous amount of money on XRP. What's wrong with getting 400, 500, 600% in a year? It's not, that's a investor's dream. And we got to start working on recalibrating expectations. Is that we can't expect to get 10 times our money in overnight. Now, I know some of these meme coins do that, and some of them are up big today, but you don't want to fall into success bias, which means that you only look at the ones that were successful and you try to judge everything that's happening now based on those successes. Because you got to remember, for every one success for crypto that went up 10 times overnight, there were thousands and thousands and thousands that got rug pulled. And how are you going to know which ones were right, which were wrong? There's no way to figure that out. It is some ways, but it's very difficult. And how are you going to know which ones were right, which were wrong? There's no way to figure that out. It is some ways, but it's very difficult. Like People's up 50%. Let's see where ENS is at. I really haven't looked at ENS in a while. ENS should start doing well too. ENS should be way up by now. Now, Ethereum name, we talked about how that Bitcoin internet has 7 layers. So ENS is one of the components of the layer 2 for Ethereum, which means that they convert. The way Ethereum, Bitcoin, all this stuff works is that when I want you to send me money, I got to send you a long alphanumeric string of characters for my public address, and you send me the money based on that. Now, that's hard for the average person, grandmothers and stuff to do. ENS is going to make that more simple so that everybody can do it. So you just send it to hashtag Armando, and then once I get it, I got it. You see what I'm saying? It'll make it a lot easier. That's why I think ENS is going to go up a lot as Ethereum goes up a lot. It's one of those plays that you should be able to get alongside Ethereum. The internet's not working on this every day. So right now, Ethereum is at XRP is at 256. Could it be the next millionaire maker? Probably. Ripple's legal battle with SEC is showing signs of a favorable outcome, which will unlock. Once this lawsuit is 100% legit, legitimately closed, it's going to open up a huge, massive price momentum for XRP. XRP is gaining major traction in the financial world right now. It has partnerships with big banks like SBI Holdings. They're working with BlackRock. They have a lot of What is up? Let's see. You got to remember, institutions are not going to really invest in XRP once this is all over because there's uncertainty hanging out. Retail investors are still scared. So we're all early adopters. We're all in XRP early. XRP is positioning itself as a key player in the future of global finance. It's going to be more than just hype.